Greetings, class. This is a look at John 14 and 6, challenging a community forum on dealing with COVID 19, which is the coronavirus 19. This is Jasper R. Dixon. This class is 5610, which is Christian Apologetics, and I'm submitting this on April the 15th, 2020. Now let's look at John 14 and 6 in the context of the apologetic standpoint. As I address this group assembled here to discuss COVID-19, who we should look for guidance and where we go from here, I'm led to remind you that Jesus of Nazareth has provided answers for all. Many of you will no doubt want to question why I think Jesus of Nazareth has all the answers for COVID-19 and other situations. I will make a simple statement which I intend to present you as evidence that is worthy to be considered in John 14 and 6. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." This is your argument. Some of you in this group may be Christians, but many of you may not be. You have different beliefs about how problems are solved and who to turn to in the time of a crisis. Many of you may jeer because I say Jesus is the only way to find life. Some may offer Buddha as a way to enlightenment. Some may say the teachings of Confucius will reveal answers to the tough crisis people face, such as COVID-19. Some may be Hindu, offering that Jesus is just one of many ways to get true fulfillment. Still, some of you may be atheists in this group, not adhering to faith or belief in anything. Why should you accept the statement I made that Jesus is the best way to deal with this crisis effectively? I will use an authority which most of you, if not all of you, will agree. Here are my critical arguments. First, it has come to my attention that Christianity is under attack in this country and is being made to take a back seat to other beliefs, all in the name of political correctness. However, if we look at the Declaration of Independence, let's take that for an example. It starts out, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." If we subscribe that all men are indeed created equal, then Christians should at least be given the benefit of this endowment. I'm not going to criticize those of you who subscribe to postmodern style thinking and who believe that Christianity is an outdated religion. I know that postmodern thinking people value the authenticity of the person very highly. In this case, the value should be placed on Jesus of Nazareth, who history has shown is an actual historical figure who lived nearly 2,000 years ago. One thing that makes him stand out from other religious leaders and philosophers is that his body has never been found and he does not rest in a tomb. No matter what you may personally think of that or be suspicious about, you should at least consider the possibility that he rose from the dead as he said he would. If you can fathom the idea that Jesus rose from the dead, then you must come to terms with other things that he said, namely, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." The Jewish temple was regarded as the sacred place where those in Judaism went for spiritual guidance. It was comprised of the outer court, the way, the inner court, which is the truth, and the Holy of Holies, which is the life. Jesus of Nazareth was making the claim that he was replacing this temple and all people will come to him for guidance. Think about that. Another argument you might have is that Jesus of Nazareth is not really coming back, that this is all just a fable. But perhaps you may be persuaded by scriptures that were written close to 2,000 years ago. They will say, where is the promise of his coming? For ever since the fathers fell asleep, all things are continuing as they were from the beginning of creation. For they deliberately overlooked this fact, that the heavens existed long ago, and the earth was formed out of water and through water by the word of God. That's in 2 Peter 3, verses 4-5, the English Standard Version. This statement seems eerily true today as people echo these very words, especially in light of everything that is currently happening. Well, here's my concluding argument. I will say that all people have a knowledge of God, even if they do not acknowledge him as such. However, this is just a presupposition, and there is an allowance for those who may have actually not heard anything. I present to you today that Jesus is this God with whom all men must come into contact with. While you may outright reject him, there is no room to use ignorance as a reason to not believe in him. He is the one who will provide the answers needed in this critical hour. All he asks is that you stop trying to figure it out and give him the will, so to speak. He will make everything all right with COVID-19. Thank you.